And now we move across to our NBL1 Women's Bears team. Of course, the toast of the franchise last year, just getting knocked out in the semi-finals by the eventual champions, Albury Wodonga, of course led by Lauren Jackson, Ahayamada, Unique Thompson. But of course, the Bears had a awesome showing there. Renee Garlop actually after that semi-final game said to us, we played the best game we could, but just got outclassed there, which will happen against the GOAT. Finished fourth in the season. The Bears had a little bit of a slump towards the end, but of course that was mainly due to injuries. But a healthy 20-14 record to finish the season. Garen, what are your reflections last year for the Bears women's team? How do you reckon they went?
Yeah, it's a shame we had injuries. A lot of injuries I might add, but key players stepping up. Carla Pittman was one of those players that stepped up when we needed it the most. Up their scoring, up their playmaking, and really was a start for our team. And we really needed that last season, especially throughout the semis also. Maddie O'Hare was out for quite a bit, and a few other key players, so she really stepped up and left a real imprint on this Norths Bears club.
Yeah, of course, it was a great season all round, and as you said, very injury-riddled though for the Bears. Really tested the depth out there, but a lot of the younger players stepping up. Renee Garlop, of course, awesome at developing young talent. Of course, he's very tapped in with that Sydney Uni program as well. So a lot of great players coming out of there, playing for the Bears, including the Bears' big signing for the off-season for the women's team. Coming over from Manly, we have Holly Wills. So she was a huge part of that Manly Ringer Seagulls Youth League Championship last year, of course, with such a great team down there.
Miller.
Yeah, Zoe Miller.
A few other familiar faces,
Yeah, the Delaney's, Kim Hodge. Of course, Holly Wills, really tenacious kind of combo guard. Averaged 5 points in 15 minutes in the NBL1 season. But of course, is a young and up-and-coming talent. Has played under 16s, under 18s, under 20s for New South Wales, and also has been part of the Sydney Uni Flames train-on squad. Of course, under Renee Garlop as well, so there's a bit of a connection there. Of course, unfortunately, we have bad news, Bears fans. Riley Evans, unfortunately, not coming back this season. I think she's moving interstate to play for another team, so best of luck to Riley Evans. But I think Holly Wills coming over from Manly, really going to fill in that position. So it's one of the big signings for the Bears this off-season. Of course, I think there might be a few more to come. We'll see about that. Fingers crossed, but... And since the recording of this video, we actually had two more signings, and huge signings at that. Emma Donnelly and Caitlin Martin. So Emma Donnelly, a Sydney Flames talent coming to the Bear Cave. Of course, a Sydney Comets junior originally, helped New South Wales to the under-20s title in a recent competition. On the same team as Caitlin Martin, a crafty guard out of Katoomba, taking her talents to the North Shore. So two huge signings for Renee Garlop, really shoring up that rotation and that roster with some youthful talent. Anyway, back to you, James and Garen. We have a lot of players returning. Garen, who's coming back this season?
Yeah, firstly, it's sad to see our sharpshooter Riley Evans leave, but filling in the void, as always, Maddie O'Hare, someone that's won a couple Player of the Months for NBL1 East last season, someone that can create her own shot also, is a veteran presence on the team, just a real start. I think averages around 14-15 points a game last season when healthy. Kate Seaborn,
Great.
So many things you can say about Kate Seaborn. You can start with her defensive instincts, multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year winner in the Waratah League, a much-improved catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, especially on the wings and the corners, an excellent playmaker, has great court vision, not only in transition, but in the half-court.
Yeah, and I think with Kate Seaborn this year, I think one thing that can be underrated about her game is actually her shooting and offense. Because very unselfish player, always looking to set the table at the point guard position, but I think with Riley Evans moving on, we might see Kate Seaborn scoring a little more this season, because she's definitely more than capable of doing it. Speaking of capable scorers, and a player we like to talk about, and mentioned earlier, Carla Pittman coming back for another season. That's a huge huge signing to come back for the Bears. Of course, was a Hornsby junior. Had her first season with the Bears last year. Average 11 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds for the NBL1 squad when Maddie O'Hare went down with that injury, unfortunately.
That second half of the season was crazy.
Yeah.
The elevation she took to her game, obviously a more increased role helped, but bit like nervous to start this. I'm not say nervous, but sort of worked their way up
Finding
into the
her feet,
system.
yeah.
Yeah, finding her feet, great way to put it. And yeah, really picked it up in the second half of the season and in the playoffs when we really needed her the most.
Yeah, and returning as well for the season with Jess Bygate, Lauren Walker, Gina Valos, and Sarah Schicker all coming back. It's great for Coach Renee's team. Of course, continuity really helps, especially in the first part of the season. You don't have those first few rounds where you're kind of figuring out the chemistry. But out of these players, Garen, who do you think needs to step up? Who stands out for you in those players who are coming back?
Yeah, so there's a scoring void that needs to be filled. Obviously, we know Riley Evans, our leading scorer. Gina Valos, someone who didn't play a whole lot last season due to injury. What I call a three-point specialist, someone that's got a great catch-and-shoot shot, finds her spots on the court, can really heat up, and had a couple games where she came off the bench and hit some big threes for us. Also, Lauren Walker, someone that's a real nifty, shifty, ball handling, get to the basket, three-point shooting combo guard. Really provides a spark off the bench. And then our bigs, Jess Bygate and Sarah Schicker, who actually played really well against some tough bigs. Against, I believe, Georgia Ordoff, against a tough big. Against the GOAT, Lauren Jackson, had some really good outings. Sarah Schicker known for her rebounding, her shot blocking, her scoring around the basket. And Jess Bygate, the Kiwi, floor spacing, something we didn't see a whole lot of to start the season. She did later on in the season, that pick and pop, that mid-range, that short
Great mid-ranger,
yeah, forcing the defense to stretch out is key. So good to see the bigs also have a higher role, a bigger role this season.